Hey, it's HighTechDad, and I am in a 2012 Nissan Juke, and we're sort of zipping around town. Well, not really, we're actually stuck in traffic. But I wanted to quickly go over some of the features of the Juke that I like, that I didn't like, and just sort of give an overview of this little peppy car. So for starters, you can see it's a kind of a tight cabin. So it does seat 5. There is room in the back for 3 people. I got my entire family in here, including a small dog. I wouldn't recommend doing a big dog, but it is comfortable and a lot of fun to actually drive around in. Now, in terms of tech, there's a bit of tech here, and one thing that I'd recommend, what you see here is, I believe, the stock radio that comes with it. This one does have satellite radio. It has AM, FM, CD. You can hook up your iPod to it or other types of auxiliary components, and that's kind of nice. It does have Bluetooth audio as well as Bluetooth phone, and there's speech recognition. You can control it via some buttons on the steering wheel. But one thing that is missing in this particular version is the navigation, and I would actually almost recommend getting the one with the navigation, which would go right into this space. I think it's usually worth the upgrade to have it just built in. We did have a little bit of trouble figuring out how to play and pause audio when you're working with an iPod or something like that, and then also selecting satellite radio was a little bit confusing. You have to play around with some of the buttons on there to find the station that you want. But there is another panel down here which is actually kind of cool, and I really like the sort of the geek side of this. So basically you have 2 buttons here. One is for climate and one is for your drive mode or your D mode. And right now we're in drive mode, and as you can see, if I push this button, the colors of the buttons and the controls transform over to the climate controls, and I'll push it back so that now we're back in the drive mode. Then what you have here are 3 different drive modes that you can go in. You normally would just keep it in normal, and you can see all of your different controls show up there. There's a different type of meter. In the normal mode, it shows torque and your battery level. Then there's sport mode, which is the mode that I actually like. It makes it a little bit peppier. Your red lines are a little bit higher, and you seem to feel the surface a little bit better. And then there's eco mode, which also reduces your climate controls. It lowers the red line. You don't have as much acceleration, so it does feel a little lethargic when you're doing it, but you know, for the most part, it'll get you pretty good gas mileage. So we got about 26, 27 average gas mileage, and there's some other cool little things here in terms of the driving information. So down on this screen here, you can monitor your G-force. So like if you're in sport mode and you have your drive info, it'll show you the G-force either accelerating or braking or when you're turning. It's kind of fun to watch. And then there's gas mileage that you can track for your current drive. So I'm gonna do a walk around of the car once I'm not driving, because that might be a little hard to do when I'm driving on a bridge. But overall, really like this car. It's a lot of fun. It's peppy, it handles well, it gets really good gas mileage, and it's just sort of fun to drive. I mean, it'd be a good 20-something-year-old car. It's got a sunroof. It's comfortable, and pretty much liked it. This is the Juke from the outside. You can see it has some unique body styling that makes it kind of stand out when you see it on the road. It's got some kind of bubbly curves you can see from the headlight here. There's a big circle theme that's going on, or oval theme. You can see even down to the grill and the air scoops underneath. And I really like the way the headlights are really pronounced like this. So you can see from the profile, it's pretty small, it's compact, it's a hatchback. And you can see again sort of a dynamic styling of the brake lights here. Really get a good view of that. And then the rear of the car itself. So the Juke has a lot of room in the back to hold some suitcases and other luggage, or if you're college bound, you can fold down the back seats here in a split version, sort of the 4060 version, and you can store a lot of stuff into the back of the Juke. So the Juke has a 1.6 liter direct injection gasoline turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. As I mentioned in some of the other shots of it, it's really peppy. It delivers about 188 horsepower, and it has what a lot of Nissan vehicles have, which is this continuously variable transmission. And so you don't really, like in normal mode, you don't really feel the gears shifting. It's a little more pronounced in the sport mode, which again is the one that I like. So you hit the higher RPMs and you really feel the turbo kicking in. A lot of fun. So anyway, if you want to read more about it, you can visit my blog, and that's at www.HighTechDad.com. Or if you have any other questions, you can ask me on Twitter, and I'm at HighTechDad.